Never mind. Hi guys. So you know what I'm going to do? I'm going to do this. I'm going to put my screen brightness up. Hi guys. This is Dennis, and I'm MJ. Welcome to Live TV. We're just hanging out at Dennis's bar, and I didn't even know about Dennis. Like 2 weeks ago, didn't even know about him, and I was sitting at this Thai place. Because you guys, frequent followers of me in the late night show, know that I love Thai food, and we're over here singing karaoke and stuff. And they kept saying, "There's an American guy down the street." Now you know this is really funny. Whenever you're overseas, everybody thinks that we know all the other American guys. Hey, there's an American guy over there.
Yeah.
Yeah. Okay. Yeah. Well, go say hi to him. Like,
Right.
well, I don't know. Well, he's American. Well, I don't know who he is. But American. They keep doing that. They did it with English songs with me. You know?
Yeah. That is true. That's what they did. Then they came to me.
Yeah.
Then they came to me.
Oh, and
Hey, there's a white guy over there. I'm like, really? Let me go see this white guy. They were telling me, oh, he's a preacher. I said, well, let me go see this.
That's funny. Yeah, that's funny.
And then we had our typical white guy introduction.
There you go. Yeah, I remember you asked me if it was a preacher. That's what they told you. Yeah. So we're drinking, my standard, Bernard's from Germany. The notifications are out. Everybody's coming in. How you doing? I always burn my comments to the stream, so no matter what platform you're on, you can always see. And I mix the comments between DLive and Periscope and YouTube, so no matter what platform you're commenting on, it goes to the screen and everybody else can read it. So that way.
So you have the German guy is named
Bernardo.
Bernardo. Das Bier, das macht meiner guten Freund, bitteschön, meine guten Freund hier und what do we call this place? This is a Shinfong from Shinfong.
Yeah, Shinfong, yeah.
Macht das Bier.
Gallardo, how you doing?
About 700 meters from here.
My goodness.
Yeah.
Gallardo, how's it going? Nice to see you. Always a pleasure to see you. Now, I haven't been on much. You guys know me. I used to stream at least twice a week, sometimes 3 times a week, sometimes from my studio. And he's saying Frost, so spent some time in Germany, huh?
Yeah.
My German stinks. My family name's Klein, and my German stinks.
Yeah.
But I've been really sick. I was out of town and I got sick again. I was sick for 6 weeks, and my sponsor's going to kill me. But anyway, over here, iVideo.com.tw, my sponsor. They're providing our internet services, and in the description or the profile, depending on the platform upon which you're viewing, you can get a 10% discount code anywhere, anytime you use it. And if you're traveling around the world, iVideo.com is the best way with the Wi-Fi box. The iVideo.com battery bank Wi-Fi box that I'm using is fantastic. I can connect up to 10 devices to it. The thing runs for 20 hours. It's great for traveling. You guys remember when I went to see Dr. Sears in the States? I used one. It was fantastic. We had a typhoon. It was a sea typhoon. It was in the channel between the Philippines and Taiwan, the southern tip of Taiwan. And it stirred up a little trouble. It hit actually the Tagigoro City area which it always does. Tagigoro City has like a bullseye on it. I mean, for typhoons, it gets sucked in there. Just the way, just the nature of the weather patterns in Southeast Asia at this time of year. And then it bounced around a little bit. It was supposed to actually hug the eastern coast of Taiwan, but it didn't. It took a right and went out further east. And right now, actually, the byproduct of it was today was probably about 6 degrees cooler. Dean is sending me a message online saying they'll catch me at the replay. Thanks, Dean. I appreciate it. Dean is having Wi-Fi problems. Sorry about that, Dean. But no, the typhoon is not really an issue at this point. Although, when I was riding my bike here, there was a rain sprinkling down. So, not bad. And what I'm going to do is, I haven't been on in so long, I don't even know what my reach is on Periscope. I'm going to turn on my second device, the dreaded iPhone, which I hate. It's a doorstop. But anyway, I just wanted to show you this new bar. Let me turn this way, and what I'm going to do is I'm going to go down here. Like, you know, a wood bar you can sit at.
Yeah.
There's nothing like this around here.
Yeah.
If you look at these places, they're all karaoke places in there. Or like, you know, the claw machines to grab the little dolls out of the machine.
Yeah.
There's nothing like it around here. And it's dark, but it's light enough. I mean, you don't want it blinking.
This beer is actually made in the industrial behind our or down the street. 700 meters is what I calculated on the Google Maps. There was a musician here at 3 o'clock in the morning at the brewery. OEM. It's an OEM, ODM brewery. So people come to them and they make beer. But one of the key is a German guy, and the German guy, they make the beer there. So I have a relationship with them, and I explained to them. I said, look, I'm starting a bar. Most of my clientele are going to be worker type of people.
Yeah.
Let's see what we can do. Give me a good price on beer, etc. But the Taiwanese guy, this Taiwanese firm, and they employ a German guy from Dusseldorf, or I believe it's from Dusseldorf, and he makes the beer. And we've developed a friendship. He's worked with me on the bar. I work with him to build his. I go over there and do the wiring.
Nice.
Electrical guy.
Nice.
He's a mechanical engineer, and so
Dusseldorf, right?
yeah. So at any rate,
yes.
Last year they won the best beer in Taiwan. Best beer in Taiwan for. He subscribes to the German beer laws. Only 4 ingredients.
Yeah.
And I'm very happy with it. So when I started this thing, I knew about. So I'll tell you how I met him.
Yeah, please.
I was coming out of the grocery. I'm going to move a little closer here. So you
Yeah.
get a shot.
Yeah.
So I was coming out of the grocery store over here, the PX
Hey,
Mart.
Rob, how you doing? Thanks for joining us.
I was coming out of the PX Mart here, and there was a white guy coming out. I spoke to him, and I said hello, and I could detect the German accent. I said, Are you the brewmaster? He said, Yeah, I'm the brewmaster. He never claims to be a brewmaster. He's a very, very humble guy. The term master, he's a little sensitive about that.
Didn't want to.
So he says, yeah, I'm with the brewery over here, and we talked about beer for a little while, and so that was that. And then I said, so in my mind I said, okay, I'm hooking up with these guys. And then this space became available here. This space used to be a church.
I remember that.
You remember it was I call it Julio Iglesias Church. It was something. What was it called? It was called something in Tagalog.
Yeah, which is like Spanish.
So when this space became available, and I live above the Vietnamese restaurant, and the Vietnamese restaurant was not going good. And there's a staircase that goes up to my apartment in the Vietnamese restaurant. They have there's locked doors on each end. I said, I want that space down there. I'm going to build a pub down there. And then so the way that the Vietnamese are, is once they acquire real estate,
they don't let go of it.
They don't let go of it. The only people they're turning it over to is other Vietnamese.
Yeah.
And so it really frustrated me that I can't have a bar. I can't build a little pub. So this space became available, and I jumped on it. And because in this neighborhood, there's nothing but Wawa machines. Wawa machine is this iron claw thing you put money into, and I'm like,
Yeah, you know, to grab those, to grab the.
I'm like,
yeah.
you people cannot continue to live like this.
No, they can't.
You can't keep making your neighborhood like this.
It's a sign of a bad economy.
Yeah, it's a sign of a bad economy. It's a sign of lack of creativity. So I said, okay, I'm taking this space. So I came into the space and I kind of gutted it. I'm an electrical dude. There was a bunch of bad wiring. I pulled it all out, saved all the wiring. I didn't have any money. I started in my own mind what I call a new field of engineering called save money engineering.
Yeah.
Meaning, I recycled all the wire in here. I didn't throw away one screw that I removed from this building. I didn't dispose of any wood. I have done these kind of projects before in Austin. You know, when I was remodeling apartment, money, zero money. I said, and it's just like the lighting in here. You look at the lighting's beautiful. I've got like, MJ, all this lighting here.
Yeah. Taiwan. This is this is the capital of this kind of stuff.
This is not more than $15, and so I pride myself on the. And if you look at it, it's extremely professional installation.
No, it is. I see because you use what's.
Yeah, it's beautiful.
What's that? There's actually 4x4 boxes up there at every junction.
At every
usually
point.
is now because it's usually electrical tape and hanging.
Yeah, and look at the wiring. It's all like twisted kind of
a pair. Yeah. Well, the other thing that I notice about it too is that they're all the same height.
Yeah. Well, I put that in with a laser.
Well, there you go. Okay,
yeah. So what I did was my engineering goal was to I am going to make this as beautiful and as cheap as anybody could make this. And so I worked with the supplier over here, and he doesn't speak any English. I just kept going in there. I just kept going in there in Chinese. I would say, "It dian dian chen." No money. I just kept telling the guy, "No money. Give me the." Come back in here and say, "Okay, I can use that." They're like 10 US dollars a piece.
Yeah.
So I spent like 10 to 15 US dollars on this lighting.
The whole thing, yeah.
It's worth. I would say each location is worth 15 US dollars. 15
probably, yeah.
It's like several hundred dollars there.
And if you had to hire a contractor to put it in the States, it would have been considerably.
That's what is measured. All the plumbing, all the drains, all the electricals, all the wood, all the finishing, and then when I give them the bomb and the price list of say
BON's building bomb, yeah.
You didn't spend anything on this.
I know, it's amazing. Yeah.
So,
but this is a place where you can do that.
Yeah.
And the other thing too is there's not a whole lot. In the States, the whole process of obtaining a license for liquor is just ridiculous. But here in Taiwan, if you want to sell liquor, you tell your supplier, bring me whatever you want. So audio's going in. Okay, I don't know why that is, but okay.
Plus the police have come over here a couple times and they've never said, "Are you a business?" or are you? They just say, "Shh, people are trying to sleep."
Yeah.
And then I turn around and I tell these people, "Hey, shut up."
Yep.
And then they just go. It's very, very chilled, very cool.
Yeah.
Kind of place. Isn't it cool?
Yeah. Here's what we're gonna do. I'm gonna do this. I'm gonna switch cameras.
Yeah.
And we're gonna go over here. Because what Dennis has done is he's put, unlike other places that might have a set of speakers at the end of the bar blasting, he's put these speakers, they're like reference monitors on the wall.
Correct.
And there's the power amp, the traffic equalizer, and the mixer, and then he's got two more over here. And so he's basically just delivering the sound Yeah.
You are MJ. With your audio background.
Yeah.
You're one of the few people that have been able to appreciate that. People come in there and say,
yeah.
It's like, what are you doing?
Well, yeah. It is the way to do it if you want to maintain a conversational level of audio, but still have a nice clear sound and not blast people out.
Correct.
That's it.
And that's
not a castable computer system, so he can hook up his smartphone and just cast. That's his phone screen there, but. He can put a Spotify playlist on or whatever he wants, and so it makes it real easy. And it's kind of a long room. And this is the neighborhood that I have come. Never actually scoped it. We'll go outside just for a second. This neighborhood is comprised mostly of Vietnamese places, and it's really, really, really interesting. There's a really cool Thai place down here. When I did the international Indonesian and Thai karaoke live stream several months ago, I was at that place right down there. But now, all Vietnamese places here, and this is what he's talking about, the Ja Wawa. These are the places that have like the little claw machine. More and more prevalent because nobody knows what to do with the space. The restaurants are not making it because they're all copying each other. Have a lot of places like this that do remittance for overseas workers to send money home. There's a Thai restaurant right across the street. I don't like that place. They're too expensive, and yeah. Have a sign up yet. Next to it is a Taiwan sports lottery, and or actually I think, you know what, I don't even know. The sports lottery is for that place. So this is what it looks like out in front. There's some Filipino gentlemen out here. There's my bike over there with the light on. So what I like about it is it's kind of dark, and it's not like you walk in and you're blinded. It's not supposed to be like a nightclub. It's a long room, so he's going to end up doing some. Live music. In fact, he's going to be a small PA system tomorrow. Yeah, and so pretty soon we'll be doing some. Oh gosh, man, look at my. Oh, how about that? There you go. Yeah, that looks good. What do you think? Well, not me. Gonna be doing some live music from here. He's got a couple of Filipino musicians that are actually quite good, and gonna be set up over there. There's a pool table in the back too. So, all right. So, what do you got for me? Q&A. What kind of questions you got? We've been sitting outside mostly because it's pretty hot. Although the typhoon did clear out cooler than it normally is. So I want to thank everyone for joining us on Periscope, where we have at the moment on Periscope, it looks like we've got 831 views, which we appreciate a lot. We've got 27 concurrent viewers right now on Periscope, so appreciate that very much. Also on DLive. DLive and Africa are my two lowest viewed. I gotta admit, Africa TV's video quality is stunning, and DLive also too, the world's only blockchain system. My favorite is YouTube, except YouTube is becoming really difficult to do any music on, and it's difficult for music educators because they keep getting copyright hits on it. And that's a real sore spot with me because, the thing is I know about publishing and I know how it works, and these publishing companies do not have the right to come in and take an artist's share on things. Like, for example, if I do a cover of Hotel California and their algorithm tags it, the publishing company that owns the performing rights to Hotel California will come and demonetize the entire video. I don't get anything. And that's not right, because that's not how it works. I mean, do you think Engelbert Humperdinck wrote all the songs? Not any of them, as far as I know. Most of them. All the old guys, you know, from the old days, never wrote their material, but they got paid for being the artist. See, there's the embodiment and there's the work. The embodiment is the record. That's the recording that you made. But the work is the intellectual property, and they're two different things. And whoever does the work, even if it's your intellectual property, when you publish something, you cannot take it back. In other words, when you publish something properly, you can't stop somebody else from doing a cover tune of it. The only way you could do that is if it somehow was a parody and you felt it was going to damage your reputation, but you'd have to go to court and convince a judge of that. So if I wanted to, I can go in my personal studio and I can release a copy, my own version of Hotel California. All I have to do is fill out the paperwork and set up an escrow account to collect the royalties. It's up to them to come to get it. There's nothing they can do to stop me. However, now on YouTube, all that happens is the magic algorithm says, that's our tune, and that publishing company grabs 100% of the money, even though it's your record. That ain't right. That is unsustainable. That has to stop. But there's nothing I can do about it. Now, the interesting thing is, AL from Switzerland, and with John Ho and Yuka and John from LA, and all these people from all around the world that came to Taiwan to see me and hang out and sing karaoke. And sang probably, I don't know, 20 songs, right? I got 10 copyright hits. I challenged every single one of them. I told them I am a publisher myself. I paid money at the karaoke place. The karaoke place licenses the songs. So we paid for the right to play them. They are MIDI recreations. They're not actual real versions. And I'm a professional singer with a discography. I'm a BML affiliated writer, and I sang on a lot of those tunes. They should pay me. But no, they took all the money. Every single one of those they rejected. See, the problem is there's no arbitrator. The publishing companies, you have to deal with them directly. There's no arbitrators. There's nobody in between it. There's the artist share and the writer share, and the only reason I know this is because in 1980 I had a publisher. You know, I was fortunate enough that early on, I mean, I'm a big advocate of attorneys. I had a management company with an attorney when I was, you know, in my early 20s. And I learned all this stuff. But these young kids coming out and they're recording at home with a DAW and releasing something on the internet. Man, it's like dropping a guppy in a Shark Tank. You know, there's no hope. Maybe a goldfish. So anyway, that is my rant for tonight. And I'm sorry I went off like that, but
that's cool.
It just had to be said.
Had
to be said.
No, you're a wise man. You're.
I don't know about that, but thank you. Anyway, I haven't done a stream from the studio in quite a while. Things are working out really, really well. I'm working with Dr. Mallier on he calls it X32 Reaper Replay is the new mixing tool. We're on version 26. It's fantastic. It's so close. It's going to be probably, there's no question in my mind that it's going to be the premier mixing tool for the X32 and M32 family of digital consoles. But as far as actual recording goes, I'm about, because I got sick, I had to take time off. When you're sick, you can't sing, and I rely on the fact that I've got this range. I need it. I write songs not for wussies to sing. I write songs for guys who can sing, and so I got to wait until I recover a little bit. But I estimate in about another 3 to 4 weeks, I'm going to be completely finished with the first 2 tunes, except for the bass. And my friend Tony Vaughn, he just actually I just found out he had a little surgical procedure, but he's okay, and he's agreed to do the bass tracks. And so as soon as I get those bass tracks, what I'm doing is this is really funny. I have an interesting workflow. I'm using a standalone digital recorder, and as I add tracks to it, I import the tracks into Reaper as a playback, and I'm mixing them on the X32. And so I have like everything that I've recorded so far is already set up for a mix. So like the next track I do, I just drop it in, I bring it in, I place it in the mix. So what's going to happen is when I'm done with the last little thing, it's basically like it's going to be done because I'm doing the work up front. That's just one little advantage of the workflow with the standalone recorder. So anyway, Dennis, I'd like to introduce you and talk about more about you with my thank you very much. I appreciate it, Rob. Thanks. And by the way, before you go, was the audio better on Periscope than it was on YouTube? I don't know why. I'm using the Wi-Fi box. It's out here in the open. It should be really good, but sometimes there's a little bit of a glitch on the audio. When I just before I pressed go on the live stream, Dennis said one thing to me. He said, "We can't talk about anything classified." Now, the funny thing is, when you're sitting at a bar with a guy from the States, anywhere else, and he says something like, we can't talk about anything classified, you think, yeah, you can't talk about anything that's going to make my wife mad, right? No. That's what you mean, so. But all I'm going to do is tell them what you told me when I met you, which is not classified.
Okay.
Dennis is a military man with a background in electronic warfare.
Yeah.
So, yeah.
Yeah, that's where I started.
So, needless to say, these piddly little things like the lights and the speakers and stuff,
Right.
child's play to set up. So.
Pretty much.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah. Exactly. So, and he likes talking tech and music tech. And, but, well, what can you tell us? I mean, what can you talk about without having to, as they say, wake up with your throat cut, which is an impossibility.
Well, our private discussion about my background, where I came from, and how I started in technology.
Yeah.
That's what we were discussing.
Excuse me, I'm gonna reach your phone. Excuse me.
And I don't know, your users are mostly music people, or are they just
all walks of life?
All walks of life.
Yeah. I am blessed with some of the greatest followers. I mean, I got young guys that are starting out in music, and I got all the way to retirees in IT and many
well,
other.
let me tell everybody how I came to Taiwan.
Big processes, please.
How about that?
Yeah.
I'll tell you the story. When I was a young guy in Fairfax, Virginia high school system, in 10th and 11th grade, I started studying electronics. And I remember in the textbook there was a guy with a clean room suit on, with a 1-inch wafer. And I was mesmerized by that picture, I said.
Now, can you explain what a wafer is?
Well, a silicon disc. Silicon disc.
That's the substrate that they make integrated circuits on, or IC chips.
Right,
okay,
right.
Yeah.
So I was mesmerized by this thing.
Yeah, I can see why.
That's what I want to do. That's what I want to do. So from that point on, I said, that's what it said. I said, that's what I want to do. So I went in the military, and my father was a test pilot. And I
really?
Yeah.
You didn't tell me that. That is like really cool. That's like Alan Shepard's.
And most of the people coming to our houses were these Top Gun guys. And I went in the military. I was a terrible student. The only thing I accelerated in was electronics, and I don't know why. In exams, I was always scoring like 103%, 105%, 106%, because they had to do the bell curve around me. But I failed every other subject. English, history, whatever, you know. I failed them all. The only thing that brought education together with me was electronics. And so then, you know,
you got a knack for it.
Yeah, I couldn't get into West Point because I was a bad student. I couldn't get into West Point Prep. But I got into it. I was an enlisted guy, and I went into a program. It was called my MOS was known as Electronic Warfare Intercept Systems Repairer. So I eventually
try saying that after half a bottle.
I eventually ended up in your neck of the woods up there in Massachusetts. I was at Fort Devens, Massachusetts.
I know where that is.
And so I went to the school, and this type of school, as I explain to people sometimes, in the military,
hey, how you doing?
In the military, particularly like nuclear programs, like anything going on the nuclear submarine, anything dealing with nuclear, anything dealing with things that are at the high classification level, TS level, whatever. Nobody's your friend. You are tested. If you don't make it, you're out of the program. So I was in this program where the program was actually developed by MIT because I'm at Fort Devens, which is in Air, Massachusetts.
Yes. Mike, how are you? Hey, nice to have you with us. Wow, I haven't seen you for a long time. Sorry to interrupt.
And so this program had a very high attrition rate. So after the basic Army training, you know, shoot the gun, all that stuff, I went off to this school. And so it's an intense electrical theory. Subsequently, when I read about this, you know, descriptions of it years later, they say, well, this school was populated. Anybody who failed out of USC, anybody failed out of. If they didn't make it, you're out. You're made a cook. So I was in this program. It started with 50 guys in the class. After 2 weeks, there's probably only 10 guys left.
That sounds like a drug read.
They make them whatever, cooks, mechanics. I'm sorry, you're not going to make this. So even to get into the program, in the holding program,
I hope all good stuff, Mike. I hope you and your family is as well. Excuse me, I'm sorry.
These people are teaching you speed reading. Speed reading. Prior to getting in the program, after the bang, you know, you're a soldier thing, I'm in this program and they're teaching you speed reading. Okay, here's how you read really fast. And then and algebra. Here's how you do algebra really fast. Okay, now you go into the program. 2 weeks. First 2 weeks. After 2 weeks, there's a test. You guys aren't going to make it. After another 2 weeks, boom. You know, now you start with 50 guys. Now we got like 3 or 4 or 5 guys left. And it's because of what I described earlier. Because of these programs in the military, if you're going on a nuclear submarine, they're not going to have no bonehead on a nuclear submarine. You can't bullshit your way into that.
No.
So then, you know, after 6 weeks, every 2 weeks there's a test. After 6 weeks, everybody's out. You know, just maybe 1 or 2 guys left. And now you start with this intense electrical theory. All right. This is what the military taught me, and this is coming from the instructors are. It's an MIT thing, right?
Yeah.
Here's a schematic. Boom. I want you to calculate everything on it. So, yeah, write everything in. Very good, sir. It's like the Forrest Gump movie where he takes apart the gun.
Yeah.
All right, you're cool.
Yeah, but that's not how it's normally done. Like if you go to the Navy Electronics School, it's a 4-year college course. It's not like that.
Right.
What they're trying to do is they're trying to jam you so you can operate under pressure under any kind of circumstances.
The training. How they describe it is given me and an operator, I should be able to repair anything. And that's the way they train. Because the equipment is all, you know, owned by the alphabet soup, the three letter. They're the owners of this equipment.
No, that's right. Yeah.
So that's what I did. And then after that, I became a defense contractor. And then after I dismissed myself with the military after 10 years, I became, at the beginning of the dot-com era, in the early 90s, I became a test engineer. And I'm still a high school guy. You know, I became a software guy. I'm writing programs
with a big military background, though.
Yeah, I'm writing programs to repair compact motherboards. Or not repair, but post-production. Well, the U.S. still did that manufacturing.
Yeah.
Compact motherboards running 386.
Everything's here now.
My specialty was memory tests for SIM modules. You know, when they were still like $300 a piece in the early for a 1 meg by 8. You remember that?
I do. I do.
And all the other things that we just discussed, the routers, by that company that we discussed, the routers.
Which we can't talk about,
I'm a test engineer.
Yeah.
I have this electronics knowledge,
Yep.
and so that's what I did.
But here's the thing. At the end of the day, man, you own a bar.
Well, that's a long story too.
It is, but you know, but the thing is, right?
Well, let me finish my story.
Oh, I'm sorry. Okay, but all right.
So all along the way, with that 1 inch wafer thing in high school,
Yeah.
my goal
That's where you said this is what I want to do.
My goal was to get in the semiconductor industry.
You know something? It's really. I mean, I admire you that you had that moment because so many people don't.
Yeah.
And there's one thing that kind of bothers me sometimes. I'm not being critical, but I don't think teachers today do kind of like what they used to do with us, which was try to direct us and lead us.
Yeah.
Today they seem like they're afraid to like make a suggestion
Well,
that
when I was a kid, you know, I grew up in a German family, and they're like, "What do you want to do? Are you going to sweep streets?
Well, yeah.
You're going to be a street sweeper." I'm like, "Oh my God, I'm not going to be a street. You want to be a ditch digger?" That's what they would tell you all the time.
Yeah. But you know, like Nikola Tesla dug ditches because he had to, but he eventually overcame that. And so,
you were an embarrassment to your family if you did not excel back in the day.
Yes.
You're like, you know.
But what kids are taught today is that they're special and they can be anything that they want. No, you can't. Talent and success are unrelated, and that's the reality that I'm teaching my daughter. I'm preparing my daughter for the inevitability of failure and how to be resilient and bounce back. But it's really great that you had that like epiphany. Whenever you read accounts like on Wikipedia or anywhere about great people doing great things, it's always like there's a moment when they said, "Yeah, I can do that." And listen to this: Umberto Ganica, one of the world's greatest recording engineers and producers. Okay, like Chicago, album of the year. This guy, you name it. The story that I heard, it may be urban legend, was that he basically was a delivery person. And he walked into a studio, and they're like, "Hey, come on in." And he's like, "Yeah, I can do this."
Yeah.
And yeah, he can.
That
and it happens.
right.
It happens. It's like Buddy Rich, one of the greatest drummers, ever, never had a single lesson. And even today, people analyze his videos for his techniques. The techniques he developed on his own.
Yeah,
Nobody talked about it.
I watched him on the YouTube, yeah.
Completely natural. And so teachers like who know what they do have looked at the videos, derived what he did, and turned them into lessons. Okay, so if you find what that is, don't let anybody talk you out of it. I'm sorry.
Well, let me finish my semiconductor story.
Yeah. Okay.
So anyway, with this 1 inch wafer thing, life, and I took these jobs.
Thanks, Mike.
Because I thought you had to be some kind of brainiac to be able to get into the semiconductor industry.
Yes.
So I eventually ended up in a position was repairing high power plasma generators, and I'm doing this advanced RF stuff, and then one day the guy said to me, "So like, you talking about inventory of the parts, man? I'm like writing software for you guys, and I'm not inventory no damn." I said, "I'm taking a vacation. I think I'm not coming back." So then I worked temp in Austin. You know, temp in the mid '90s was, it's probably cool now too. I took this job as a temp, right?
Yeah, that's right.
And
back then, a lot of people were temping back then.
And he said, so I went to this job as a temp. It was like the major. They're out of business now, but they were like one of the leaders in the semiconductor industry. And I went in and they said, they pointed to an outlet. They said, "Job, come to work tomorrow." I'm like, okay. So I went. So now I have arrived. I go into a big semiconductor manufacturer. They're starting up in Austin, Texas. This new fab. It's state of the art. The wafer technology, the wafer size technology is 200 millimeters. The wafer geometries is down in the like 13 micron level, right? And I walk into this fab, you know. Dude, I have finally made it. You know, God has blessed me.
This is what you wanted to do. Based on that, I'm seeing that.
2 days later, there's a guy I'm working with. He's on the front page of where I'm. It's this exact product I'm working on.
Cool.
I went in there and I started working, and what I found out was the people in the semiconductor. Well, I'm not going to say that. The people in the like these guys don't know shit about electronics anyway. Okay. So and then I went and made a career. I made a career of it for the last 20 years, you know. And whatever I don't know, I figure out. And now, I'm into well, in the room over here, I got a quadrupole mass spectrometer with a turbomolecular pump. You know, I just got into this. Stuff, and I've always been in electronics. And
you use that to check the beer, right?
Yeah. Yeah. Well. Actually, I was in Chengdu. I'll tell you where I bought that. I was in Chengdu, and I thought, well, I'm going to be in Chengdu for a long time. So, and these guys, Chengdu is very interesting because these engineers are very young, and they're the best in China. They're extremely smart, and I said, I'm gonna work with these guys. I'm gonna teach them everything there is to know about gas. You know, so I bought. Okay. You know, I had plenty of money. I said, oh, here's here's $15,000. I'm going to build this thing for these guys. So it's in the back room now. I've used it a couple of times in Taiwan, but industry. I made a career of it. I eventually ended up in Taiwan doing these equipment installations for a big company and living like a rock star. They called it. You know, it's just how it works.
Yeah.
And it was a whole lot simpler than being a test engineer developing memory tests for memory clusters and various products. And then now I'm here and that's it. So that's how I ended up in Taiwan.
There you go.
Yeah.
And show them the beer.
The beer.
The color. The color of this beer. Look at
this beer. Man. This beer. There's no head on it now. And I need to check with carbonation. There's a little bit of lacing on there, but this is an IPA, and it's far too good for your average worker.
Yeah.
You sit down there. I give it to him for next to nothing.
But this, okay, so show the size of this glass.
Oh, this is one of my smalls.
So what do you charge for this?
50 NT, which is
about $1.50, $1.30, $1.40, something like that.
A big one I'm at 100, which is what, $3.
$3, yeah. So the large,
and they buy it.
$3, yeah.
The locals buy it. My relationship with the supplier is.
Listen, Bernardo says, MJ, you should visit the brewery.
He will.
Oh, we can't.
He will.
And I'm relatively certain that that I can get permission to do a live stream.
They're ISO 9000 also, meaning they're not like some kind of dumpy operation.
Right. Look at ISO certification. Do you think? Well, I know that you're not the boss, but we could probably get permission to do a live stream from there. Yeah, why not? Let's interview the boss. See what. Yeah, it would be interesting. Yeah. Yeah, and
Let me tell you something about going to the brewery. You know,
we'll see,
these
we'll
guys.
see we'll see what he'll let us. We have to get it up front. What we're allowed to show or
Yeah.
not.
Well, let me tell you about going to the brewery. You know, I
Okay.
go to the brewery, and I'm I show up and like, yeah, what's he here for? He's here to buy some beer. But the owner is a Taiwanese guy, and but he has a lot of customers coming in because they're ODM, OEM manufacturer of, people come to them from liquor from Hong Kong or wherever.
Yeah.
Say, can you bake this? Can you fabricate this? So every time I go in there, I'm like, he's got a nice operation, beautiful offices and everything. I go in there and I'm like, Simon, can I talk to you? Then I see he's in with the customers.
Extra
Every
bottle for
time I go in there
Bernardo.
with the customers, I end up getting drunk because the customers are like, hey man, here, check. It's like it's not a technical discussion. It's like,
No.
hey man,
It's a taste test.
here, come and try this. I'm like, if somebody was in there making vodka,
Yeah.
secret recipe vodka. I'm like, okay, I'll try your vodka.
Getting some ice.
Oh man, I said that's the purest vodka I ever said. I said, is that like triple distilled? Like, no, that's 5 times distilled.
Crazy.
I'm like, cool. Last time I was there was some Korean guys there. Hey man, try our what do we got?
Really.
All right.
So it's
that's
an
delicious.
OEM place. Yeah.
Yeah, I get drunk every time I go there.
I run into that a lot because I did a story, an article for my blog years ago on a Taiwanese bicycle manufacturing company. I went to the frame shop and about the areas that I could shoot photographs and
Yeah,
not.
as they should be.
And they told me, they said the reason, and we're going to tell you, but not the name, the reason that we're not going to let you shoot this is because this is an Italian bicycle that's made in Italy. Yeah, just like the Harley Davidson.
Yeah, it's like the last
Harley
year-
Davidson made in America.
It's
I know
like-
3 factories here making Harley Davidson
Well,
parts.
along the same lines, it's like the last gig I worked for, I would not let anybody come in there.
Yeah.
Because I did not want them to see what test equipment I was using.
No, of course.
I didn't want to see them.
Yeah.
The setups I'm using. I didn't even want the people I'm working with to see the setup. I wouldn't do certain things when certain people weren't there
Yeah.
because I didn't want them to see it because I didn't trust them.
Yeah.
And I didn't want to, I invested a lot of my time and knowledge and research I'm reverse engineering things done by the big boys in the semiconductor industry, and I'll be damned if I'm just going to let some knucklehead walk in there and say, oh, that's how it's done? Okay.
Yeah, exactly.
All right?
No, that's right. That's right.
Yeah.
And it's not that you're, there are trade secrets and you have to protect them. I mean, you have to protect yourself. In this is how a lot of companies and actually doing the research,
Well, one thing I want to say, one things I want to say, including this bar here. I described that I had achieved what I was doing in the semiconductor industry, got paid well, and then let it all go away. Okay, so then I developed a new type of engineering, hence the lights, etc., and other things, where I call it, it's a minimum. When you're doing engineering, it's very easy to throw a lot of money at something and achieve something.
Yeah.
Maybe you're not even going to achieve it.
Yeah.
But a good guy is going to spend a lot of time. He's going to spend a lot of time in research to minimize his cost on test.
Right.
And test. You're not doing development without test.
Which is something that most engineers. I work with MIT engineers, and they don't consider the cost. But there is an economy of engineering.
Absolutely.
And that is how you're successful.
Yeah.
And you have, and it's like, and really true. It's really true. You can over-engineer things. And the other thing that happens.
Well, my point, MJ, is that and you want that measurement to be a state of the art measurement.
Yeah.
And
gotta know.
And so if you put the device that to make the measurement and compare specifications, you'll save an incredible amount of money.
Yes,
Yeah.
up front. Yeah.
Yeah.
You know, the other thing too is I've seen companies that would develop products and they would get it like 3/4 of the way to release, and then somebody go, "We to add this capability to the product. We can't release it. It'll put it over the top." Okay, great. So they delayed production for another 4 months while they engineer the
long time.
the new and all the drawings and everything. And then right when they're getting ready to release that, somebody says, "You know what though? If we just this way, it'll be like, you know." And so what happens is it's the product that's never released. In the meantime, some Chinese company releases Rev A, which is what they had way back then. They didn't release it, and then while they're making money on the Rev A one, because you didn't release yours, there's no version out there, just this one. While they're making money, these guys are going, "Holy." Then they do Rev B, which is, you know, the next thing that when the guy said, "Oh, well, we got to do this." So the point is, release it.
Yeah.
And even in music, how many times have you seen remakes or remixes or remastered? I've seen guys slave over stuff, and I'm like, dude, it's good enough. Release it. Let it out there. Because you need to get the deliverables.
Yeah, there's an adage. There's an adage in American engineering jargon. Time to kill the engineers and begin production.
Yeah.
I heard that before.
Absolutely. But talking about the MIT engineers, this was funny. I'll tell you a quick anecdote. I was working at Pacific Scientific. I was one of the manufacturing engineers, and we just set up a new production line for induction motor controllers and the test department. A very, very important, I mean, critical part of manufacturing.
That's my job.
But it didn't, fortunately, come under the purview of the design engineers because they were going to kill it.
That's where concurrent engineering.
They have to approve it because obviously, you know, the test department has to meet the test criteria. They write the test criteria. But fortunately for us, we were able to specify how it would be set up in the equipment. Because what happened was, this is classic. One of the engineers came out, and we had a temp. His name was Dave Sandberg. I'll never forget. He was great.
Yeah.
He was arguing, "I want an oscilloscope." And the engineer for the project, the MIT guy, who was actually a very, very good engineer, said, "No, I want this one." Said, "No, it's got to be this." And George said, "Why?" He said, "Because it has this button on it." And George said, "But that just makes it faster and easier."
That's what you want.
And we went, bingo, go back to your cube. That's what we want, is faster and easier.
You're right.
Yeah. And I understand that you know, the really slick, and we had the money, it wasn't a matter of money, the really slick was made for production testing, and he wasn't familiar with it. And so when Sandberg said that button, and he said, you know, that's a classic line where you go, which I love to say, "Thank you for making my point for me."
Yeah,
because that's what it was. Yeah, it's fantastic. So What a great discussion.
Yeah,
we're at 60 viewers at any one time here.
I've never been on the internet before. Did you know that? I'm a very shy guy, and yeah, as we go to the beginning of our conversation, you know why I'm a shy guy.
No, stop it. But so far on Periscope, we've had over 5,800 viewers. So we really appreciate you checking us out. But you know, the thing is, see, I'm used to national talk radio, and I used to go, okay, now it's time to go to the phone lines, 1-800-254-TALK, and Blink.
Well,
blink.
where's our condenser mic?
Yeah, we don't.
We don't-
It's
that's
an electric condenser.
Oh, okay,
Actually,
all right,
we
all
are
right,
actually
all right.
broadcasting in stereo.
Oh, we are.
Yeah,
Oh,
this
cool.
app uses the noise canceling mic on the other end of the phone.
This guy is so smart, man. I'm telling you. Plus, he's a musician.
Yeah.
The musicians are very, normally very kind of flaky guys. I'm sorry, MJ.
That's okay.
Hey, that's what I wanted to do. I wanted to be away for.
What I used to tell my dad was, I said, Dad, I came home one time with a 1954 Les Paul Jr. in my guitar case. And he put his hand on my shoulder. He goes, son, I finally understand you want to play. Now, when I grew up, I had a set of drums, a piano, an organ, accordion, banjo, 2 guitars, and an ocarina.
Jesus.
Okay, and my mom was a recording artist and a professional singer. So it's like, let me put it to you this way. Okay, here's the conversation. Dad, I've decided what I want to be. Okay, son, what is it? I want to be a doctor. Congratulations. You got something to fall back on. Does anybody ever say that?
No, that's a damn good advice.
No. Dad, I'm going to be a lawyer. I'm going to specialize in corporate law. Make sure you have something to fall back on. Does that a conversation ever happen? No. Dad, I want to be a musician. Make sure you got something to fall back on. That's when they say it. Why? It's automatically assumed that you're going to be a failure. Why? And that's why a lot of people fail. Parents, you got to do your job. You have to encourage your children. Now, I'm not saying that you tell them, like I was saying before, you're special. You can be anything you want. You can't. It's your job to tell them, no, you, my kid, you can't do this. I know you. You can't do this. But here's what you can do. And I'll help you do it. I'll finance you to do it. That's, and that's the thing. And my father didn't finance me to do it. He wanted to finance me to do industrial control calibration and all kinds of other stuff, which I could have done and I did do, but I wanted to make records. So what I did was I left home. I went to Boston on my own when I was 22. And within 6 months I had my... That's what you have to do. You can't listen to
you're a smart guy, man, because you were a radio guy.
Exactly. There you go. Yeah, there you go.
And
Bernard, he said, "Do you want a musician? Do you want to sleep under a bridge?" Right. Exactly.
No, but everybody knows it. Anybody who knows anything about RF is a smart guy.
I learned that later on. But when I was 22, I didn't know that much about radio. But what was fortunate was, in 1980, actually, on Halloween night, it was funny. I was working as a professional musician, a road musician, and I realized that the future was recording. So the only way I can make that happen...
Hey, hold on a second, man.
Yeah.
Who are these guys?
Yeah.
That's you and I? Oh, it's a delay.
It's a delay.
Is that why I'm so confused?
That's right.
Oh, I didn't even know that was...
I've got this. I've got the iPhone on here showing that showing us. So yeah, that's okay.
Part of my stupidity. We've had a couple of drinks. I'm like,
never mind.
Who are these guys? I was like,
it's actually kind of dark. I got the.
Well, how long is that delay, man? That must be like a minute.
No, it's probably about 16 or 17 seconds.
16 or 17 seconds?
Yeah, not that long.
Remember we were having a discussion the other day about confusing people.
We were, and latency. Yeah, that's a
talk about a
really big
16-second delay.
Like when you're trying to sing.
It in my semi-drunken state, it totally confused me. I'm sorry to interrupt you.
You're not drunk. You're just drunk. I'm not drunk.
No. I'm lucky if I can walk up to my apartment.
No, come on. You haven't been drinking that
much.
All right.
Okay, I'm all right.
Yeah, my followers know that I don't get drunk, so they never see me drunk. They never will. But
he's a good guy.
No, thank you. But
I got this IPA. This is anybody who knows beer. This is a beautiful IPA right here.
You know what we should do?
And I give it away.
We should package some of that up and send that to our friend Bernardo.
Well, That's what I told. That's what I told the. That's what I told the brewer. That's what I told my negotiation with the brewery for the price of this stuff. I said, he's like, "You're not gonna make it money. You're not gonna make it money." I said, "I'm gonna give it away." And you look at me like, "Are you crazy?"
Yeah, maybe.
Yeah, I'm a little crazy.
Nothing wrong with that.
You're just gonna give it away. And then he lowered his price.
Yeah. Well,
actually, the first.
That's because you wanted to get it out there.
Yeah. Well, the first 6,000 I just gave away.
6,000 NT.
Yeah.
Well,
So it was 6,000 NT.
I want to clarify that. Each
$200.
Yeah. There you go. Okay.
The first $200 I just gave away, and he's like, this guy just gave away all this beer for free.
Right.
So,
but it's beer that you paid him for.
Yeah. And you know what he did the next day? He gave me half. You know what I mean? He gave me free. Here's a free gift.
Nice.
Because he couldn't accept the fact that this guy gave away.
You know what? It's
$200.
That's integrity. He appreciated your commitment.
Yeah.
There you go.
And so I looked at that guy when I was out here on the patio, and I looked at him and I said, and he's like, blah blah blah, we're going back and forth about price. I said, I'll give this shit away for free. So I'm confused here a little bit, but I don't give it away for free.
No, not now.
Yeah.
But free samples is the nature of the
I don't
business.
give away nothing for free. No free samples for nobody.
But you did.
Well, I did in the beginning. That was only to generate business.
Of course, that's how you do it. But the brewer recognized and appreciated your commitment. So there you go.
Yeah.
So
Now he gives me a discount.
I should get a bottle.
Better than the German guy's beer. But the German guy makes it.
Bernardo, want me to send you a bottle of this?
That's a beautiful IPA.
What do you think? Yeah.
The temperature has changed. There's no lacing right now, but there is sometimes.
Yeah. It smells very fruity.
Is this fruity to you?
It is fruity to me. Yes. Yes.
I could see where you could think that.
Think peach.
I don't know what it is, man, but you know.
Hey, Dean, welcome. Dean was having
there's something I want to tell you, your listeners. Okay.
Yep.
I am getting off into what I call, in concert with. He doesn't approve, but not you. I'm talking about the brew. He doesn't like to be called the brewmaster.
Yeah.
Okay. I'm getting off into something I call chem beer, CHEM, chemical beer. Okay.
Oh, look at the. Bernardo says it looks like an alt beer. What is
Altbier. Altbier is the name from the other beer I happened to the other day. That's what it's called. Eine Momente, bitte.
Okay. That means just a moment, I think. I'm pretty sure. I can't speak German. Yeah, my family name is Klein, but. All right, now. Thanks so much, everyone. I want to tell you I appreciate everybody joining us tonight. Now, Taiwan Live TV is our companion website. I almost never update it, but it is a contact point for the show, and you can leave us a message. You can reach me at late night at TaiwanLive.tv.
Bernard.
Hey.
Oh, is that the way they're seeing it backwards like that?
No. They're seeing it forwards.
Okay.
It's backwards to us, and that's how it works.
So, yes,
There it is.
that's the beer I had yesterday. But
See,
Altbier.
they saw it the right way. The right way. Yeah.
But I changed over to the IPA because for a different reason. But my friend, meine Freund Andreas mag das Altbier.
So it looks good.
Deutschland. Das ist deutsches Altbier.
Sorry, I'm my legs going to sleep.
Are you okay? Am I staying too close to you?
No,
dude?
we're cool. We're cool. No,
All right.
it's TV, man. You got to do that. You know,
Dude,
people don't.
Am I supposed to look at you all the time like this?
people-
Look into your ear?
People don't realize that when you're doing television, like you're like really close to people, but it doesn't. It looks
well, you
natural.
get a good shot, right?
Yeah, I'm just worried about my alfalfa cow.
Something we can do better. Amberbier ist der beste Bier der Welt.
Is it the best beer in the world? Maybe so.
Yo.
Thanks, Dean. Bernardo, would you like a bottle of this beer, my friend? If you do, and I mean, if you would, I'd be more than happy to send you a bottle of it. And for those of you, you can reach me at late night at TaiwanLive.tv, you know, our companion website. So, yeah. I have an export license. Bernardo says, of course. Okay. Bernardo, you know how to contact me. We'll hook up, and yeah. We actually have a line group for all my followers called called Late Night. Yeah. If you want, I'll invite you to the group.
Sure.
There's a lot of traffic. You might have to turn off the notifications.
You know, one thing, MJ, you should know. You know, I'm up on technology.
Yeah.
I mean, yeah. But I am not a social media kind of guy. My fault. I should be a social media kind of guy, you know.
But you know, the thing is social media is not for everybody. I mean, you don't necessarily up to this point. You really probably haven't had that much of a need. Like
Well, no, I have had a need,
Okay.
but I've
Well, now you got a bar, you
rejected
definitely
it.
do.
I've rejected
Okay.
it. I'm a very shy person.
Well, let me ask you guys this. Let me ask you guys this question: should we do like some regular live streams here from Dennis's bar? Because he's going to be setting up for some live music and stuff. Would you guys appreciate it if we did some, you know, future late night or just, you know?
I could sing a little bit.
Yeah, there you go. What kind of fool am I? That's an old joke.
That's not funny.
So Dean's saying, yeah. So, yeah, everything I do, you know, through TaiwanLive.tv. So, yeah. You know something? You might even coerce me.
Coerce.
Yeah. You know, twist my arm.
Yeah.
For me to bring down my MIDI keyboard and do some backing tracks and do a couple tunes here for you. Because I know you like
That's what I'm trying to get him to do.
that 80s stuff, like, you know, She's a Beauty and all that. Yeah.
She's a beauty.
There's one in a million.
He'll do it. He'll do it. He'll do it.
Yeah.
What were we discussing the other day? Oh yeah. You know, in my quest to satisfy my desire for live music,
Yep.
I will stop at nothing to bring musicians together. I'm actually doing it, and did you just hear him volunteer to do his MIDI thing?
Well, I said I might.
No, he's bullshit. He'll do it.
Well, the thing of it is too, is you got the PA system coming down, so it's like that.
Well,
that reduces the amount of equipment by like about 90%.
Well, I'm moving the venue. Moving the venue 700 meters from here, where there's no noise ordinance.
Yeah.
Noise ordinance is an American thing, means noise ordinance. These guys, they hear rock and roll, they're like, what are they doing? You know what I mean?
I do.
They hear,
I run into it.
they're like, oh my God! You know, it's like that Cyndi Lauper video, a long time ago, or you know, where they hear a guitar going, they're like, oh my God, they're heathens.
That can't happen here.
Yeah.
I run into that.
So we're going 10 minutes from here, and so what I'm trying to put together now is I'm trying to bring everybody together. There's three elements. There's MJ, there's the musicians, and there's the brewery, and then everything sub below that, which is the amplification
Well, let's do this. Let's not bore them with this, but let's do this. Let's work on the organization, and we should live stream the whole thing.
All right, if you'd like to, we can do it.
What do you think?
Yeah, day by day, we can do that too.
And would that be cool with you guys? It's going to be mostly like Filipino musicians.
And you know, world-renowned Filipinos
really good.
are good musicians.
Yeah, see, that almost sounds derogatory. It's not.
No, it's not. No.
Like some of the best touring bands around. Like, well,
You're a racist.
You know, Journey's.
You said Filipino.
There you go.
Come on, give me a break.
Yeah, you know, Journey's lead singer is Filipino.
He is?
Yeah, he replaced Steve Perry.
Oh.
The new Journey band. Yeah, so it's amazing. Yeah, like I was in Bangkok, right? And I saw a Filipino band with 2 female lead singers.
Oh, yeah.
And they did Bohemian Rhapsody, and the guitar player nailed the solo.
Dude, I heard. I was in Hong Kong one time and heard this Filipino girl do Evanescence, "Bring Me to Life." It like brought me to tears.
Filipino musicians are, as you say, world renowned. So that's not like a derogatory statement. So I'm just saying, I was just informing people that the vast majority, virtually all of them.
You know, that's one thing.
Musicians.
That's one thing I was thinking about today, MJ. I don't want to get off subject.
There is no subject.
As Americans, we're not allowed to say anything about anybody, blah 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 blah. So I'm thinking, if you describe somebody in their geopolitical denomination, okay, it's from Germany. You're not knocking Germany. You're not knocking German people. It's Germany. You know,
people are too sensitive.
They're absolutely too sensitive. We're going to get off this topic because earlier we agreed that we're not falling into that bullshit. Excuse me. We're not falling into that
trap.
Okay.
Yeah.
We're not falling into that trap.
No.
Okay.
The great part about living in Taiwan is we don't have that influence here. You know.
Yeah.
But
we still study it and observe it.
We see it, but it just reinforces.
Yeah, we're not.
Unfortunately,
I'm sorry,
we're
not getting into it. You know.
All right, that's enough. All right, so 1-800-254-TALK. That was the old Talk American. Listen, you guys. Yeah, I know.
Who's going to listen to me?
Well, they're listening to all of us.
I told you before. Nobody's ever.
Never been.
Who listens?
Never been on a live stream.
Yeah.
The point, though, that I'm trying to make is that this is not normal content for Periscope and for other.
Would you like me to leave?
No, that's not what I mean.
Oh.
What I mean is that there are a lot of young people that are listening because we're older guys.
I like young
and
people.
we're telling me too, and I want to encourage them. So
I like you.
I'm going to. When Casper comes here next time. I have a friend, Casper is Dr. Casper Koch. He's from the Netherlands. He's a PhD chemical engineer, unbelievable guy. And he's working on some technology. We can't talk about this on the live stream, but he will tell you some mind-boggling technology that you won't believe that he's working on. But yes, absolutely so. Bernardo, I'm serious. PM me later because I want to send you a bottle of this beer. I'll have to talk to the brewmaster. I'll tell the brewmaster that I want to send a special bottle to my friend in Germany, and he'll put something together for you. Okay?
Hey, I tell you what, we're gonna get Andreas on here.
Yeah. Andreas is the brewmaster. Yeah.
He doesn't like this. He doesn't like the term brewmaster.
Okay, we'll call him the brewmeister.
He doesn't.
Then I'll call him the Braumeister. Is that right? Did I say it right?
He just knows how to make beer.
I call him the Burgermaster.
Yeah.
I've been watching too many
I don't think he's ever been on such newfangled technology before.
This is Braumeister. Did I say that right? Anyway. I'm sorry. I spreche Deutsch nix. So anyway, yeah. But
with a name like Klein, he can't speak German.
I speak Russian terribly.
I knew you were one of those guys.
My Russian Morris is my Russian
Okay. We Americans, we are a weird lot.
Look at my hair.
We are a weird lot, especially old guys like us.
I'm gotta get a haircut. I'm looking like a hippie. This is terrible. But yeah. So let me do that. So okay, we're gonna plan on doing a live stream from the show, but I would like to talk with Andreas. Maybe we can do a special episode of Taiwan Live TV and show the brewery.
Sure,
That'd be cool.
Sure.
That'd be cool. So
it's not a big deal.
listen, I think I don't know what you guys think. I think we have bored the live streaming audience enough for one night. What do you think? I don't even know how long we've been on.
No, I want to keep going.
Want to keep going?
Yeah, I want to keep going 3 or 4 hours. The most I can do is just turn us off.
Well, we've got 8,647 views so far.
Are you kidding?
No, on Periscope. There it is. On Periscope only. That doesn't include DLive. It doesn't include YouTube. Of course, YouTube numbers are always really low. YouTube Live, it's really strange. It's not quite as well developed as the other platforms, but I get more views on replays later. I'll have believe it or not, I have between 25 and 50 live views, and then later on I'll pick up a couple hundred more. So Bernard says he's got holidays, so no time to watch.
Holidays where? In Germany?
Yeah. Well, the Germans come on, the Germans got more holidays than any other country.
As it should be.
Yeah, I would think.
Yeah.
I would think so.
Yeah, as it should be.
Yeah.
Okay.
Looking like alfalfa here, man. You know what I'm gonna have to do?
Stop worrying about your hair, man.
See, I got this bag, and I got all my live streaming gear in it. I need to put a comb in it.
This guy now. One thing, MJ, you told me earlier, you started live streaming in the beginning.
Yeah. See, back in the old days, on the PC, we had an application called See You See Me.
Yeah, I remember. A long time ago, I remember seeing you.
That's back when everything had to go to a video server called a reflector.
Yeah.
And you could choose up to 8 different
You've been doing this stuff forever.
I have.
Since the beginning.
I have, yeah. Back when I was working at Fleetwood Recording, and I was working on the after I released Classic Reminder in 1995, I was working on a new set of tunes, and in 1996. That's when we started live streaming. These are
significant. These are. I mean, I know. I don't know if new people, maybe they're not concerned about that kind of stuff. It should be. I make money sometimes because people for old applications or whatever, they just don't. Modern people, they don't understand it.
Yeah.
So I'm like, how does this work? It's just like, oh, this product needs maintenance. It's 20 years old. What do we do?
Yeah.
And it's all that era stuff. Sorry to interrupt you.
No. 24 tracks, and what happened was between setups, I cut some guitar tracks, and then had the assistants set up the microphones, and everything in the room, this mobile diffusion devices and so forth, to do some vocals. And in the meantime, I cable back in the old days. Actually, you know what? No.
It was probably on.
It was on the printer
Firewire
port.
or something.
No, it was on the. No, it didn't exist then. That was when we used the cameras on the LPT1 port, on the printer port.
Oh.
The printer port camera. Yep.
We can't bore these people.
Isn't it amazing?
We cannot bore these people with it.
Well, this is before I didn't have a color camera. See, you see me originally was black and white. You couldn't buy a color camera. My first color camera was the Panasonic egg camera, but this is black and white. And I took the long cable. I remember I had to buy a special printer extension cable. Gosh, wow, it's all coming back now. And I took the.
We need to talk about something different.
Well, I was going to say, all I did was show
we need to talk about something different,
and the console and what we're doing.
Smart guys back in the day.
Yeah, dumb guys now.
No, no. We must strive to.
Overcome.
No, we must strive to be in line with the youth.
Bernardo said.
We must strive to be in line
MJ
with the
knows
youth.
everything about live streaming since he left Noah's Ark. I shaved my beard.
It's cool. It's cool. Yeah, that's right. That's right.
Bernardo, you are so funny, man. You're one of the. Bernardo is like, he's a subtle guy. He's really quiet, and then he comes out with this stuff that's ridiculously funny, man. He's like really, really witty, super intelligent. So, Bernardo, you're always. It's always a pleasure.
Okay, let's make a pact. Let's make a pact tonight, MJ. Okay.
I got to be careful.
We will never discuss anything less than state of the art.
No.
You have to agree.
No, I'm not going to agree with that. You know why?
Come on, man. We can't. We have to.
Do you know how many streams I do for my studio?
Yeah.
In front
no,
of
I don't.
In front of a 1996 32 channel analog console, and all they want to hear is stories about the old days. All the time. All the time. Tell me about the time that you worked with so and so, or tell me about the time that you did this, or when you first got started and doing.
This could never happen again.
No.
No, dude. We have to be cutting edge, state of the art. What's the abbreviation for state of the art?
Then I got to push the button and go home because I'm not a state of the art guy.
No, this is state of the art, dude. We're looking at state of the art. We're better. We are better than our past. We have to embrace state of the art at all times.
No, that's true. But the problem is, and you know this, when you forget where you came from,
yeah, I know.
then everything falls apart.
I know.
And the reason that I'm doing what I'm doing is because I have the heavy analog background.
Yeah.
So, yeah. But people want to know. And they always ask me to play the old tunes. Play more than the feeling. Okay. So I'm not going to play that.
I'm not talking about art. I'm talking about technology. Art is you got art and technology.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, I only got technology, but I appreciate art.
I appreciate art. Yeah, there you go.
I appreciate art.
So, what do you think of this rum jazzed up with the cinnamon?
I think it's very good.
Not bad, yeah.
Yeah, I think it's very good. I mean, I would drink it. Well, I am drinking it.
When Bernardo talked about Casper, Dr. Koch and I have enjoyed many an evening with my cinnamon-infused rum. And this is the Ceylon cinnamon. It's not the cassia, because cassia,
Well, this is kind of like a Spice Island thing. This is a Malaysian thing, right?
Almost, yeah. Definitely. Cassia cinnamon has...
Where's that come from?
Sri Lanka.
Sri Lanka?
Yeah, that's why.
Oh.
Yeah. But the other stuff, usually it comes from Vietnam, and it has a dangerous chemical that attacks the liver. So if you use too much... cinnamon, and while you're drinking, it's like a double whammy.
Did you research this? Is this stuff healthy?
Yes, it's organic.
It's cool, man.
It's organic, sustainable.
It's like I wouldn't call it. It's not like schnapps or rumpelmints.
No.
It's like
but you notice how it's
like
not super red. It's more brown.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's because it's not the cassia.
I trust it. I trust it. Oh, cassia. Yeah. An allergy to cassia.
Well, yeah, and the other thing too is like, have you ever seen those cinnamon sticks? They got a tensile strength like steel. You can't even break them.
Really?
No, it's crazy. Like you say, well, I want to fit them in. I
like it.
I want to break them up.
And you made this yourself, huh?
It took me 10 minutes. What I used my cold brew coffee filter, and I filled it with the cinnamon, and I poured the rum through, and I just
We're on the wrong channel, man. We need to go to the food channel.
Food channel, yeah.
Yeah.
The food channel.
No, it's cool, dude.
The lush
I'm
channel.
drinking it.
There you go. Yep.
I'm drinking it.
Yep. Now that should make a good mash.
Yeah.
Without getting you too sick.
Yeah.
So there you go. So.
Yeah.
All right, listen. You got two expats here from the United States, from different parts of the United States. we're living in Taiwan. We're living the dream. We got, you know, national health care and low taxes, everything, and beautiful Asian wives. So it's like, what have you got for questions? Switch to Periscope. I got 15% battery.
Oh man, no! Oh no! Here, let me get you some power.
No, I got power. I just got to hook it up. I got plenty of power. Dean, is there an issue with the what you call with the is there an issue with YouTube? Is there an issue with YouTube? Because if there is, I want to make sure.
Hey, how's your blood pressure, man?
My blood pressure is good.
Okay, well,
I check it every
mine
month.
too. Mine too.
Yeah, I check it all the time.
So we must live very, very like low stress lives.
I try to reduce stress. That's like a major thing for me is stress reduction. You know?
Yeah, I'm an older
But
guy.
Harlow's got
but
10%.
my blood pressure is fine, and I don't get stressed.
I have to grab the gimbal. Excuse me. I got to do this. I'm sorry. It's going to get ugly just for a second. And I got. Sorry. I'm sorry, but we have to do this. I'm going to pop this in here like. Whoops. Pop this in here like that.
I'm so happy I met this guy.
Why is that? Why is that?
I'm just so happy I met this guy.
All right, now.
He's so.
Hang on a second. Now I got it.
I'm gonna put my hand here just in case something falls.
Hang on. I got what I got to do is I got to put it in. I can't even see because. All right, hang on a second. I got one more thing I'm going to do. I need light, and so I have. Wait, I've got an LED light here. Hold on.
Yeah.
I got everything I need to do what I need to do. It's just that I wasn't prepared to do this. So okay, and oh, there it is. There is the port.
I'm helping MJ. I'm the catcher in case something doesn't work out.
Yeah, we're going to lose a bunch of viewers here with all this shaky video. Okay.
All right.
All right, so we got, now, the thing is I'm actually using the gimbal to charge the phone. But it is a losing proposition. It's a losing,
You put that where you want it.
yeah, we'll just use the motor. It's a losing
Oh, I'm
proposition.
sorry. I didn't know that was
That's okay. That's
motorized.
okay. Yeah, the whole thing's motorized. This is okay. Yeah, don't worry about it.
You know I'm a robotics guy too, right?
Yeah. No, you can't hurt that. All right, sorry about that. We're trying to extend it a little bit. What I need to do next time, and now I know. See, I usually don't stream longer than about an hour.
How long have we been here?
Well, it's 20 minutes after 1 a.m. and I
you
went
serious?
on. Yeah, I went on like a few minutes. I went on like about 11:30, I think. So it's almost 2 hours. So yeah, no, it's okay. What I'm going to do, like with the other things, like when we do like at the brewery and stuff, I'm going to have an external battery pack. But so the gimbal has a really big battery. It'll run for 14 hours.
Oh, okay, gotcha.
And this is an output for charging.
All right.
But it's not high current. So the phone is going to discharge. It's just I've slowed the level of discharge. That's all. So
All right.
we're never gonna like.
What's our key point here in our discussions with all these people in video land?
I don't know. The key point is we're having a good time, and
All right.
thanks so much for joining. And we got some stuff planned for you.
Yeah.
From the bar, because
From the bar.
you're picking up a PA system tomorrow. We're going to be using.
I'm bringing some musicians.
And I'm going to introduce you to Van.
Okay.
And you're going to love Van. You know what Van told me? He said he's going to bring his guitar. He's going to test it out for you, play a couple of
Whoa.
tunes. And Van is really good. You guys know Van. Remember? You know Van from shows from before that he and I have done together. So anyway, then we got we're going to do a show from the brewery and.
Yeah, we'll do all that.
We got to talk to
And
him.
we're
His
gonna
name is
have-
Andreas, right?
Yeah, we're gonna have Andreas on here.
We got to talk to Andreas and see if he'll let me do like a factory tour, or if he just wants to to do a stream from the show. You know,
You,
so.
you just watch him drink.
Okay.
Oh, that's not very, very.
I don't know. I guess some people like. To
Where
watch
are
other
all users at, man? Are they in various cities, various capitals around the world? Is there anybody in France?
Oh, probably. I mean, it's these are worldwide platforms. What I found is, I had this problem with talk radio. It's interesting. You watch live streams, and there's a continuous flow of comments. They're always interrupting.
Yeah.
But it means that they're not really listening to what the host is saying. I found on my radio show, would happen also when I would go someplace, they would ask me to give like some kind of a lecture on a technical topic. At the end, if you say, "Are there any questions?" and there's no questions, that's a good thing. It means you covered everything, right? And so a lot of times there won't be any comments because people are listening. They don't want to interrupt. Now, of course, my friends say hi and stuff, and my loyal followers always say hi, and they say hi to each other. We don't mind any of that. But seeing any like really ridiculous questions, like sometimes, so what do you think about Vietnam girls?
I like them.
Yeah, but what I'm saying is we're not getting any of that because I think people they're listening to the content, and the greater live streamers. Not that I'm not putting myself in that category, but guys like David Osaka and so forth, they have a lot of interaction, but it's always very focused on what he's talking about, and you would love Dave's content because he lives in Osaka. He goes over to Kyoto and he does like geisha spotting.
Oh yeah,
It's really interesting.
That's cool.
And the cool thing about it is he knows a lot about the culture. He's lived there for 16 years and he speaks the language and reads Japanese, and he knows a lot about what he's looking at.
He's a white guy.
Yeah, he's a Canadian.
Okay, so now I said he's a white guy. That's not a racist thing. Okay, it's just I ask him. Oh, he's a white guy. He's a white guy. Okay.
It's never racist when you're talking about white people. I'm sorry, that's just the way it is.
Yeah.
It's not allowed to be racist.
Yeah.
But you know what?
I'm tired of this racist.
I don't
bullshit,
care.
Man.
The thing is, we were
tired.
talking about this earlier. There is no racism.
You tell me if I need to stop, but I'm tired of this racist
People
stuff.
are not racist. The
No, they're
governments are trying to keep people away from each other and not working together. I'm sick of it.
We can't.
You look at these disasters, the floods and things in America, and you see boatloads of people of all different kinds. All they care about, there's a hand that's sticking up out of the water. I'm going to grab it and pull the guy into the boat. I don't care what color it is.
Yeah,
or
right.
where it's
You don't
from.
care what color it is.
No. And that's how American people really are.
That absolutely correct.
Yeah.
That's absolutely correct.
Yeah.
Absolutely correct.
Yep.
And I've been thinking about this every time I go to American media. I'm reading this because we live outside of the country.
Yeah.
I'm afraid that somebody's gonna tonk me from that side of the world because I'm saying what I believe to be fact. There's not a black man in the world would not help me
Yeah.
in the United States.
See, Dean says, what does racism even mean today? It's just another effort.
There is not a black man in the world would not help me. There's not a black man that I would not help in the United States.
Yeah. Of course not.
And so,
The thing.
and that's the reality.
The thing of it is that I know what you meant. I know what you meant.
Yeah.
Okay.
We're gonna change the subject because this is. I'm
It's
gonna
it's
say
not even worth talking
30
about.
very important to us because we live out in the United States and we're looking in and we say,
What is wrong?
why are you doing this to our people?
Yeah.
Why are you doing this to our people?
Yeah.
You're polarizing. It's a manipulation
Yeah.
of us. We can't say. of us. We grew up in the United States.
Yeah, there is no strata. Just a monetary strata.
And we're on the outside looking in, and we read the news. That's how we get our input. Okay? And we don't want to see our brothers and sisters of our own age, younger people, older people, being manipulated. That's what is happening. It's a psyop. It's a psyop against our friends. Okay? Don't tell one of my black brothers I'm a white guy, I'm a racist. He knows better. I'm not a racist. What's he doing coming around being my friend? Okay? You understand what I mean? And I don't like it. It bugs me.
Yeah. I don't like the government definition.
It bugs
of it.
me.
Yeah.
All right?
Yeah.
Okay.
They're talking about election meddling, but this kind of meddling.
I know what black guy hates me, and I know what black guy doesn't hate me. You know, the black guy that hates me, you know, I don't want to know him either, and probably the black guy that knows me don't want that black guy to hate me either. So it's.
But I gotta tell you something. I haven't run across that.
Well,
since I was like in high school.
Yeah.
You know, it's seriously.
That's
I mean,
one
it's
of the reasons I
very,
left the
very,
United States,
it's
man.
very overrated. You know, and this whole So
I don't like it. It's
the interesting thing too is when you're traveling overseas, right, and you see another foreigner. It's like, thank goodness there's somebody that speaks English. You don't care where that person's from or what he looks like or anything.
Yeah.
It's like, do you speak English? Yeah. Can I talk to you for a minute? Because I've been talking in a foreign language for the last 3 months.
You know,
right.
One thing I want to say, one observation I want to make is that when I see a black guy in Taiwan, I go up to him. Hey man, hey, you from the U.S.?
English? Yeah,
no, I'm from
English?
Nigeria. Oh, sorry, man. Nice to meet you. Right? You know, I don't see many. You know, I like
some of my best friends are from Nigeria. They speak English too.
Yeah.
But all right.
We got off the subject.
It's 1:30. It's 1:30 a.m. in Taiwan, and this has been a really long show. We really need to sign off.
Okay, man.
So we're gonna say something for next
I want
time.
to tell everybody I love them.
Yep, there you go.
That's what I say.
Please visit TaiwanLive.tv, my seldom updated website, and you can reach us, and you can find more information in the menu. You can pull down and look for the late night show, which is what I do, because I'm basically a talk show host. You can take the guy out of radio, but you can't take the radio out of the guy. So I want to thank my sponsor, ivideo.com.tw, for providing our internet services. And whatever platform you're viewing on, either in the description or in the profile, there's a URL and a 10% discount code. And they are the best solution for international and even in your home country for internet service. Bernardo, Dean, everybody, thank you so much for joining, and we really appreciate you tolerating us. I want to thank Dennis, and he's got a great bar here. You know what?
I want to thank MJ.
What's the name of your bar?
Well, for legal reasons, there's no name for the bar.
Okay.
Okay.
It's the No Name Bar.
Yeah.
I think you should have a sign called the No Name Bar.
I use the address. It's a 102. Somebody say 102 bar.
Okay. Well, that works. That works. Cool.
Yeah.
So you guys take care. We'll see you next time. Thanks so much for joining Taiwan Live TV. I'm MJ Klein. You guys have a great day, afternoon, evening, morning, wherever you are around the world. And you know what comes next? Here comes the big finger.